Hey guys, it's Tiff, and I just wanted to share this beautiful view with you guys that I'm in front of right now. So hopefully you can hear me because it's really loud. But I decided to take a moment, take a minute to relax and to just meditate in front of this beautiful view. And I'm taking a look at the river. I'm in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and this river is along the Canal Path in Fredericksburg, and it's just a magnificent view. But I just wanted to share myself with y'all a little bit, because as I'm looking at the river, you just don't see a river going against its natural current, right? So hopefully y'all can see me going back and forth, because in this recording feature I can't flip the camera. But looking at the beautiful current of the river, you don't see any current going against the natural flow of the river. So it's kind of like, why is it that we do that? Why is it that sometimes when life tries to pull us in one direction, that we decide to go against the direction that life is pulling us, hence making our lives pretty much a little difficult, difficult than it has to be. If we're resisting a certain action, why go against that flow? Just like the river. All the currents are going exactly the way it's supposed to go, and they're going to end up exactly where they're supposed to be, and perhaps circle around, if you will, But I was listening to the song Hallelujah, and the original version is by a gentleman that I can't remember his name. I think it's Jeff something, but I was listening to the Pentatonics version of Hallelujah, and what they were singing about, or how the verses go, is love is not like a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. So it's kind of like what you experience as love, what you experience as life itself. It's not always gonna be, somebody who saw the light. It's not always going to be someone who has it figured out. Sometimes it's just a cold and a broken hallelujah. And that hallelujah is pretty much the celebration of life. It's rejoice. It's what word am I looking for? It's just glory. It's a glory hallelujah. That's all it is. But that hallelujah doesn't necessarily come from a place of ease. It doesn't necessarily come from a place of, happiness and joy and content. It's what you do with those certain experiences. Whether it's love, whether it's loss, whether it's you getting fired, no matter how you feel, at the end of the day, all of that comes from a cold and a broken hallelujah. But at the end of the day, it's up to us to rejoice. And now, just looking at the flow and the natural flow of the river, you see some areas where it's very smooth, and then you see some areas that is very rocky, and you see some areas where resistance, the rockier areas, you see the water trying to resist, but it can't. It must go with the flow. It must go with the natural flow of life. And this is what life is. This is what life is. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah, but it's a broken hallelujah because look at the beauty. This is your life. all the rocky areas, all the resistant, attempting to resist areas, and all the smooth areas. This is our life. Like, this is what it is. And that hallelujah, the fact that you'll be able to find and seek grace in all of this, the rockiness, the tumultuous currents, the rocky waters, all of this. Look at this. Look at this hallelujah. This is why. This is why we rejoice. And it's all about love. It's all about love. Like I was watching I didn't watch the Mr. Rogers movie, but I was watching the Mr. Rogers documentary. And his philosophy about life was simply that everyone in this world deserves love, and they deserve to love. So it's everyone is loved and everyone is lovable. So like we are all deserving of one thing. We all came on this earth for one thing, and that's to love and to be loved. And if you're in a situation where you don't think that you necessarily deserve love, or if you're in a situation where you're not exactly getting the love that you deserve, it is your human right to extract yourself, no matter what happens, to extract yourself out of that situation and to just love yourself. You know, like that's self-love, to extract yourself out of an unlovable situation and go exactly where you need to go to get what you deserve. And that's to love and be loved. And the way he talked was just so gentle. It was so slow. It was with purpose. It was with no rush, like absolutely no rush. And we all deserve love, and we all deserve to be loved. And I'm gonna share my story with y'all. Not today, because I just want to enjoy the view, but I'm gonna share my story with y'all. And there was this story that I heard, because some of this might not resonate with you all. It may resonate with some of you, but it may not resonate with you all. But there was a story that I heard of, there was a bowl of candy. I can't remember where I heard this from. But there was a bowl of candy sitting in an office. And this bowl of candy has been there for many, 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 many months. And it wasn't until that a long meeting happened where the employees were very, very hungry because the meeting went over the lunch. And when the meeting went over lunch, they were very, very hungry. And as soon as they came out of that meeting, guess what they noticed? They didn't notice it before, but they noticed the candy. And they ate the candy. Like every employee took like a handful of candy out of this bowl. And that's because at that very moment, the candy is what they needed. They didn't notice before. They didn't notice the candy before because it didn't resonate with them. Meetings didn't go over like it did before. And for them to notice that bowl of candy, they were supposed to notice that bowl of candy because they were hungry. So that candy was there to be in service of their hunger. When before it didn't need to be there. It didn't serve its purpose. So it's the same way here. If I say something and something doesn't necessarily resonate with you, maybe you're not hungry for what I'm giving to you. Maybe you just don't need what I'm spewing out right now. So I'm okay with people, not listening to me or turning the video off, but I don't care about views. I don't care about numbers anymore. I care to reach who I need to reach at the exact point in time that I need to reach them. Because why? Because all of our life's plan is very perfect. So maybe someone who doesn't hear me now, maybe they'll need to hear me later. It's kind of like when your mother tells you something and it doesn't resonate with you until you have your own kids. And you'll be like, my mother always told me this, but I never heard her until this day, at this moment, when I'm talking to my own child. So it's just like that. So I just want to inspire you all just to go with the flow. Go with the natural flow of life. This is all I want y'all to do. Go with the current. Don't resist life, no matter how hard it seems. Because love is not always extravagant. Sometimes that self-love that we're looking for comes from a cold and a broken hallelujah. Not everything is about seeing the light. It's about seeing the glory that comes after that darkness. It's about not knowing where you're going to go. But it's also about the fact that you know that you are not imperfect. You are exactly perfect the way you are. And I don't want you to go and look for a flashlight to find a light. I don't want you to look somewhere outside of yourself and find some light, some invisible light that you're never going to find. I want you to be the damn light. And I want you to walk into that dark room and illuminate yourself and open yourself up to the love and beauty of the world. So don't look for the flashlight, y'all. Be the flashlight. And that's what I'm going to leave y'all with today. And I'm going to have y'all focus on this beautiful view one more time. Hallelujah, y'all. Hallelujah. Rejoice. Celebrate. Love, life, peace, honor, beauty, and happiness.